What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. I'm writing this video. We're going to begin over the Elliott wave count for Theta, and as usual, we're going to be starting out with the macro time frame. And what we're looking at is this all being a primary wave 1 up here. We're currently in a primary wave 2, or we could have completed it down at these lows right here, which we're going to get into later. But the main gist of this is that this is most likely a wave 1 because you can't call this a wave 1, even though this looks pretty impulsive right here. Unlike on Bitcoin, you can't call it a wave 1 because this wick actually takes out the lows of this wave 1 here. So it would be invalid to call this all a wave 1 2 as like you can on Bitcoin. So that would mean that this is going to be a wave 1 here, and then we're going to be coming up for this wave 3, which is going to be very bullish because the wave 3 tends to be the extended wave of an impulse. So imagine this simply being a normal wave 1 and then this being an extended wave 3 compared to this wave 1. That's going to bring us up quite far. So we have to wait and see. I'm not going to give you guys price targets. I just don't really think it's really worth looking at right now. If we were to, we could take we could take a Fibonacci trend-based, or it's called the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool, compare the length of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2, and we'd be looking for the 1.618 on log scale. But that's going to bring us up way too far that I just don't, I'm never going to consider that possible coming up to 47K. So more realistically, we're probably going to top out somewhere, if this is wave 1, wave 3 could top out maybe $100 US for all we know. That would still be very bullish because that would be about, probably a little bit more than that. If this is wave 1 and the top was around $17 US, we can imagine wave 3 coming up here, maybe $500 US if it's an extended wave 3. So overall, like I mentioned, I don't really think it's worth our time going into price targets given how fast this wave 1 went up. So we have to wait and see, but I think this is a wave 1 too. So the way I subdivided it is calling this all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this intermediate 1. I'll zoom in even a little bit more. Then we get this wave 2 down here, probably a zigzag for an A, B, C into this low right here or this low right here. Oops, here or here. Then we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be an extended wave 3. This would be putting in this intermediate third wave, fourth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to put in this intermediate fifth wave to complete this primary wave 1. And that would start this correction right here. And to kind of explain to you guys how I go through corrections when we don't know what happened yet, when we're trying to identify what could be taking place, I kind of go through each individual correction that could be taking place. For example, let's start out with the zigzag. Do we get a 5-wave structure off these highs? Do we get a 5-wave structure, indicative of an impulse to give us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, the answer is no, because if we zoom into the 4-hour chart, off these highs, we could get a 5-wave impulse into this move. However, there's nowhere to put a 3, 4 down here without giving us overlap with this 1, 2. So it looks much more like an A, B, C. It's in fact impossible, in my opinion, to get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of this move right here. So that's why I'm calling this all an A, B, C. There's just no possibility to say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the case of a zigzag. So the zigzag is ruled out. Now, could it be a flat? Well, the answer into that would actually be no as well. Because first of all, we get an ABC. This could be the A wave. However, we don't get a B wave that comes up to 90% of this wave A. So for a flat, you want to see wave B retrace to 90% of wave A at least. In this case, we only get a move up to about the 0.5, so about 50% of wave A. You want to see it come up something like this, above wave A or at least to the 90% retracement level, which we don't get. So that's not a possibility as well. And another option, could it be a triangle? So could this be wave A of a triangle? So let's investigate. If this is wave A, then we have to identify wave B, which would probably be right here. So this would probably be wave B for a zigzag for an A, B, C. Could this be wave C? This might be a barrier triangle, in which case the bottom of the triangle is around the same level. So maybe this could be A, this could be B, this is C. Maybe this is D for an ABC. And then perhaps this would be E. However, that doesn't make any sense. Or maybe this could be E like this. That doesn't make any sense because we end up going below the bottom of this barrier triangle if this were to be a barrier triangle. So we could kind of rule that out, and we can't say this is a WXY in the case that the barrier triangle looks something like this, where we put the top trend line up here. We might be able to say this would be an A, B, C, D, E. However, we don't get a wave X large enough out of here to give us the WXY possibility, in which case we got a W here. Maybe this would be an X for, a zigzag for all we know, and then we come down for the wave Y. Instead, we get a much shorter move up and then a move down. So that's not really a possibility, in my opinion, calling this all a triangle, because the only possibility would be saying it's a barrier triangle upon first look, and that doesn't work either. So what I was kind of forced to resort to is calling this all a WXY. And that's going to be calling this all a W wave right here. It'll look a little bit like this. This is all a W wave for a zigzag for an A, B, C. This is an X wave for a contracting triangle for an A, B, C, D, E. And then this is a Y wave, which would actually be a double zigzag for an A, B, C, which would be for wave W down here. This would be an X wave, which could be a zigzag or a flat. Now, if we zoom into this is A, this is B. The B doesn't come down to 90%, but if we give it a little bit of leniency, we might be able to say this is a flat for A, B, C. We could also say it's a zigzag with a very short wave 1. This is wave B, this is wave C. Those are two possibilities for the wave X. Then moving down, we could say this is a zigzag for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an A, B, C for the wave B, A, B, C. And then we have to squeeze in a 1, 2, probably right here, 3, 4, 5, to give us the C wave of this wave Y zigzag. So that will give us a double zigzag for this intermediate wave Y. So to summarize, we get a zigzag for the wave W, contracting triangle for the wave X, and a double zigzag for the wave Y. Hey guys, I just wanted to pause the video real quick to mention that we do have a Discord server now. The link is in the description, and it would be great to see you guys on over here to see your guys' Elliott wave counts, your analysis, your price targets, the upside and the downside, and I'm also sharing my analysis over here. So if you guys want to see all that, if you want to participate, that would be great to see you guys on over here to get some more active discussions. And also, I am doing one-on-one coaching now, so if you want to have a session with me, then you can contact me through my email down below in the description, tradingofftilt@gmail.com. And yeah, let's get back in the video. Now, this is really the only account that I'm considering seriously on Theta for this primary wave 2, because you can't get a zigzag as I showed you guys, you can't get a triangle, and you can't get a flat, so we're forced to resort to a WXY. And the best way to do it, in my opinion, would be calling this a wave W down here for an A, B, C, this a wave X for a triangle for an A, B, C, D, E, and this a wave Y, which is a little bit debatable. I'm calling it a double zigzag for A, B, C, wave W, A, B, C, wave X, A, B, C, wave Y. However, we could get something like this, where this is simply the first minor wave of this wave Y. So I'm going to hide this real quick. This could be an A down here. We could be coming up for a B, down for a C, and that would give us a flat for the wave Y, which it would actually make a lot more sense, because for Elliott waves, you don't want to see wave W being a zigzag as well as wave Y being a zigzag or a zigzag combination. So you want to see a zigzag. You could get a zigzag and a flat, a zigzag and a triangle, but technically it's not really desirable to get a zigzag and another zigzag. So that would make a little bit more sense if we do come up for wave B as shown. Then we come down for wave C in the form of a 5-wave impulse. That would make a little bit more sense, but until then, until we do get that, until we get a rejection up here and start getting impulses down, it doesn't make a lot of sense to consider it as a possibility. It's more so speculation. But with that being said, let's go into the lower time frames to show you guys whether we're getting a 5-wave impulse off these lows to give us an indicator of whether we could have bottomed out or not. So let's go on the 1-hour chart. And yeah, it looks like we did get a 5-wave impulse, which would look a little bit like this, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would say it looks pretty indicative of a 5-wave impulse. Now this wave 3 is not extended. It looks like the wave 1 might be extended. So we could take the length of wave 1 compared to the bottom wave 2. And it's actually longer than the wave 3, but we know the wave 3 is longer than this wave 5. Just by eyeballing it, we could take a look to confirm. So the wave 3 is about the same length as the wave 5. This is actually a very peculiar impulse because the wave 1 is about the same length as the wave 3, a little bit longer, and the wave 3 is about the same length as the wave 5, a little bit longer than the wave 5. So every single impulse is about the same length within this larger impulse, which is not really great to see, to be honest. You want to see at least one extended wave within an impulse. So perhaps this could be a zigzag if we call this an A, B, C all the way up here. However, that would mean that if this is wave A and this is wave B, this wave C would come up pretty far. I'm guessing past the 2. So past 2 times the length of this wave 1. Actually, it doesn't come up that far. It comes up a little bit less than the 1.618, and that would be on log scale. Off log scale, it comes about to the 2. So that's a pretty high target to be looking for a wave C of a zigzag. Typically for the C of a zigzag, you're looking for the 1-to-1. So it also doesn't make a lot of sense for this to be a B, C. However, it is a possibility, but I would say overall, all things considered, it makes more sense for this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this correction right here, upon first glance, we could say it's a zigzag. So this could be an A, B, C, and that makes the most sense. However, also this wave C, like I was showing you guys earlier, if this is an A, B, C, this wave C comes pretty far compared to this wave A. So you want to be looking for the 1-to-1, as I always tell you guys, but this looks like it comes to almost to the 1.618. So it is possible if it came all the way to the 2 or even the 1.618 down here, if we started dropping more and we came past this 1.618, that might be a sign to be a little bit wary that this could be a wave 3. But until then, we haven't really come that far compared to this wave 1, you know. So I think it is possible this could still be an A, B, C zigzag for the wave 2. And that would make a lot of sense if this is a wave 2, because wave 2s tend to be zigzags for the most part. So this could be a 1 being put in here. This could be a wave 2. And we could be coming up for wave 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm looking at on Theta, guys. I think we actually bottomed out right here. It makes the most sense for us to put in an A, B, C here for this wave Y, in this larger wave Y. That could have completed this wave 2, primary wave 2 impulse. So I think this would actually be a pretty nice time to buy, in my opinion. No financial advice. We could, of course, come lower. But that's what I'm looking at. I'm just kind of going off probabilities, and I think the probabilities are in our favor as bulls right now for Theta, given that we get a 5-wave impulse off these lows, and we could get the completion of a Y down here for a double zigzag. So that's what I'm looking at, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.